Hello, my lovely friends. My name is Rue. How do you do? Guess what we're doing today? Guess. We're doing another book haul tapping video. If you're new to my channel, the only thing that seems to be consistent is book tapping and autism chatty videos. So, welcome. Okay, so let's tap on some books. I got a bunch of books that I am eventually going to read. So, let's do it. The first one is the one I am currently reading. And it's like based on a true story. It's not the happiest topic, so I'm not gonna like get super into what it's about, because I feel like you know what it's about. It's the Auschwitz photographer. I think that's the proper pronunciation, Auschwitz. So I've been really into learning about World War II. Actually, because I've been reading so much historical fiction, like based in World War II era, it kind of just like sparked an interest in my brain. So I've been like watching a lot of World War II documentaries and stuff. So if you have any suggestions, leave them below. Also just been watching a lot of documentaries in general. We watched the one on Netflix that was like The Last Tsar. Also, Russian history is very interesting. Anyways, so I've been really into World War II, and my fiance was like going to Barnes and Noble one evening. He's like, "Hey, you want to come with me?" And I was like, "No, I better not, because I'll buy a book." And he comes back. He bought me a book, so which is very sweet. So I've been reading this, and I'm like close to the end. It's interesting, and it's written like, it's not like a non-fiction book, so it's written in sort of a story format, like from his point of view, which I like, but like obviously it's not like you know, they had to film the spaces and kind of assume and what am I trying to think of? Like, you know, they had to make up some stuff, I'm sure, you know, to make it like it's not like he wrote the story. You know what I'm saying? I can't find the words, but it's written like a fiction book, but it's based on his story. And there are like photos that he took in the book. So, like I said, it's not a very pleasant topic, but like I think it's important to learn about these things. But yeah, so I'm reading this one currently, almost done with it. If you're into World War II, you know. Also, if you have any other book recommendations in that time period. I really like historical fiction. I struggle to read nonfiction. I think I like to listen to nonfiction. It's just like easier to consume, you know. Anyway, so this is what I'm reading currently. And then the whole reason I didn't want to go to Barnes & Noble with my fiance that day is because we had gone literally a few days before, and I bought 2 books, and I was like, I shouldn't have bought 2 books, but I couldn't resist. Like, you can't not go into Barnes & Noble. I mean, you can't go into Barnes & Noble and not buy a book. It's incredibly hard. Anyways, so we were walking around Barnes & Noble, and I just saw this book, and it's so pretty. Like, so yeah, the cover got me. But also it's The Last Unicorn. Like, I love fantasy. So I'm excited to read this eventually. And I just, gorgeous. Like, it's so pretty. So I'm excited to also display it. But yeah, I've been reading, if you haven't listened to my prior book videos, I've been reading a lot this year. I read at night before I go to bed, and I love it. So I'm like tracking the books I read this year just to see how many books I could read, because I wasn't really reading prior to that. But like I haven't like taken a break between books. Like I just like go one after the other just because I really like reading at night. So I'm getting through a lot of books, which I love. I don't think this will be like the next book I read, because I kind of want to read something historical fiction, but I'm sure eventually I'll be like, I want to read some fantasy again. Yeah. I love fantasy. That was like my original love for reading, was like fantasy books. I apologize if you hear a dog in the background at any point, because he keeps barking and it's rude. Anyway, so yeah, isn't this gorgeous? I can't even. I love it. And then the other book I bought at Barnes & Noble was this one by Kristen Hanna, called The Four Winds. And this was another impulse buy, but I read a book by her. Oh my god, what's it called? Oh, Firefly Lane. She wrote Firefly Lane, I believe. Yeah. So it's like, hey, I know her name. And then I was reading the back, and it's historical fiction. Set during like the Great Depression, I believe. And I'm like, yes, please. I want to learn about that. So it's in Texas, 1921. Is it the Great Depression? I need to study. Oh wait, here we go. The Four Winds is a rich, sweeping novel that stunningly brings to life the Great Depression and the people who lived through it. Okay, yeah, so Great Depression. But yeah, I enjoyed reading Firefly Lane. So I was like, I wasn't originally going to buy this because I was like, I can't buy 2 books. That's ridiculous. Because they're so expensive. But I was like walking around Barnes & Noble thinking about it, and I was like, I really want it. Like, so I ended up buying it. So I'm excited to read this. I think I may read this next. That's what I'm leaning towards. I forgot what I was talking about because the dog was barking. But yeah, I think I'm gonna read this next. If my nose looks red, it's because I just sneezed. Okay, anyways. So yeah, The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I love new books. I love how they feel. Okay. Alright, so these next books are books I got from the little reading libraries. I don't know if you guys have these, but we have these like little boxes that people leave books in, and you can take one and leave one, whatever. So I've been doing that a lot. And this one in my neighborhood, I go by sometimes. And they had Frankenstein, which, I don't know. I have a hard time reading older books, and like this is a classic, so I was like, do I want to read it? But I was like, you should try. I mean, it's like, it's Frankenstein. Like, it's such a like popular story. I feel like I should know the origins of it or something. I don't know. I started reading like the introduction, which is why there's like a bookmark. I don't know when I'll read this though, because I have to, like older books, I have to like, it's not like easy to read, you know. You kind of have to encourage yourself through it. Also, the words are really small. But yeah, I was like, well, if I run out of books, I could read it. I also love when, like, little books. They're so cute. But yeah, I was, like, reading her story, about her life, and it's just, like, incredible how, like, common it was for people to just die, or, like, children. I'm sorry, that's not a very ASMR topic. But it, yeah, anyways, I was like, wow. I mean, I knew that, but it's like reading about it, you're like, wow. That was just normal. That's a nice sound. Have you guys read Frankenstein? I think this is also like probably one of those books that people read in school maybe, but I never read it. But like maybe I should read more classics. I don't know. Be more cultured. Okay, it's called The Dog Master, a novel of the first dog. So, I don't know. I'm into dogs. Hopefully nothing happens to a dog. I feel a dog's purpose. He wrote A Dog's Purpose. I feel like I read that book. Did I read that book? I don't know. Okay. 30,000 years ago, ice was storming the planet. Among the species forced out of the trees by the advancing cold was modern man, who was both predator and prey. No stranger to the experiences that make us modern humans. A mother's love and a father's betrayal, tribal war and increasing famine, political intrigue and forbidden love, joy and hope and devastating loss. Our ancestors competed for scant resources in a brutal world. Mankind stood on the cold brink of extinction, but they had a unique advantage over other species, a new technology, domesticated wolves. Only a set of extraordinary circumstances could have transformed one of these fierce creatures into a hunting companion, a bodyguard, a soldier, and a friend. The Dog Master by W. Bruce Cameron is an evocative glimpse of prehistory, an emotional coming-of-age saga, a thrilling tale of survival against all odds, and the exciting, imaginative story of the first dog. I think it'll be good. I'm excited. Also, it's pretty. So, I'm excited about it. Like every now and again you find a gem in one of those boxes. Like there's a lot of crap in there. But actually when I got this book I dropped off a few of my books. So hopefully someone enjoys them. It's kind of fun because like you know, I don't want to keep every single book I buy. And so like anything I don't want to keep I just put in these boxes. So it's a nice system. You give some, you take some. Do you guys have those boxes in your cities? They're really nice. And they're like everywhere here. Like there's a walking path near my house and there's like 2 of them along there. Like not even that far apart. And there's one in my neighborhood. And then there's one at another walking place we go to. So I see a lot of them. There's one at a nearby park. So yeah, that is my little book haul. I hope you enjoyed. Don't worry, there will be more. figured I'd film this video because I like collected enough books to do another one. If you have book suggestions, feel free to leave them below. I'm like acquiring a list in my phone of like books I want, but I usually just end up like finding them or impulse buying them. But I do want to try to bike to the library sometime soon. The weather's like warmish, and it's 3 miles from my house. Sorry, I'm like bouncing. It's 3 miles from my house, which is like very bikeable. However, the streets are not very bike friendly, which is unfortunate, but I'm like, you can do it. Just don't get run over. So it would be like 6 miles total to go to the library and back, but sorry, I'm like bouncing. I really want to do it because like, I don't know if you guys are like this, but I like to go to places to work. Like I don't work super well at home because I think there's just so many distractions. Maybe, and also it's that like, what do you call it? Body doubling. Where you're like, you get more work done when other people are around you working or something. So like in college and stuff, I would go to Starbucks and work all day because I just worked a lot better at a public place, or I'd go to a library, like the school library or something. So like, if I could get comfortable biking to the library, I could work there. That would be fun. I don't have a car. That's why I'm talking about biking. My car broke down last summer, so I'm like, I have a bike. The library's not that far away. We walked there 2 weekends ago, just because I wanted to get kind of a path in my head. It was really fun. Anyways, I'm rambling. I hope you enjoyed the book haul. There will be more. Don't worry. Yeah, thanks for hanging out on my channel. As always, I love you guys. You're amazing. You're wonderful. And I will see you in the next video. Okay?